Right. Hey everyone. Uh Welcome to episode 6, stream 6. Um so we're feeling a little better today. Um I hope you enjoyed the blank camera, by the way. Um so today we're going to continue off where we left off, of course. But now that I have a little more energy, we can go a little further today. The only difference for this stream, though, is I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't much motivation to show myself today on camera, hence the blackout. So we're going to be switching up the style here. I don't know why there's a... Oh, that's because Prism Launcher. I love Prism. I wonder if we switch to full screen, will that be better? Is there not? There's not a full screen button. Let me... Problem solved. Boop. Nice. Right, so this stream's gonna be very much just what you're seeing now. There's not really gonna be any me camera. This is just the gameplay. But right, let's get ourselves sorted. Where am I going? We need to make a couple boats. There, now we have a surplus. Crispy, hey, welcome. Hope you're having a great day. We need wood, like a lot of wood. So as we keep progressing, I'll just start chopping trees down that I find. Oh, this is nice. I like this view. It's like a huge split between the land here. Let me grab a photo of this once the moon sets. That's F3. There we go. Today has been kind of a slow burn, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember half of what I've done. Oh boy. What have I done today? I've mainly just been playing Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, and Final Fantasy XIV. Mincarp. Hey Gam, I hope you're doing alright, by the way. But yeah, my day hasn't really been all too fruitful. It's been quite boring, actually. Not really sure what else I could have done with today, though. It was just one of those days. I'm sure once, oh, your day's been horrible? I'm sorry, Crispy. I hope that at least the end of the day starts to get a little bit better. Oh. That's, not as bad as I was thinking you were on about, but I understand the disappointment. I just made another pickaxe. Okay. What? Well, at least everything else today has been good for you. That's always a good sign, I guess. Yeah, it's just been kind of a solemn day, I guess. Not really much has happened, and it's just, you know, just kind of boring. But that's life for you. Sometimes the craziest shit in the world will happen, and other times it's just one of those days. I'm not complaining, though. Alright, we've got a stack of wool. And a whole bunch of wood. We're good to keep going. Now, today I'm hoping to, at the least, get from 112,000 to 125,000. And then next week, once I have a little more energy, we can start going further again, because we had a really good thing going before. And then I went from 60k to 100k, and we tore up the the energy a little. So I'm hoping that if I come back to this on Monday and we have like set distances we go and nothing too extensive like we did last time, then I hopefully won't feel as burnt out. On that note, while I had the F3 menu up, would you guys like me to just keep the F3 menu active like this at all times? Or do you think it would be too much going on in the stream? Well, maybe a little much for being on constantly. Alright, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. You'll excuse me for just a moment. I just want to fix up my stream layout. And then make sure that I've got... Why do I have paint open? Alright, I can close Prism because I'm not using it now. And you know what? I'm going to quickly try and set something up here. I'm going to set up a game capture. Now, I don't usually do game captures because I like to just stream the desktop, but I feel like that, like this, would be a lot better because, well, you know, now it's just the game, you see. There we go. Problem solved. And I just want to make sure that the game audio isn't too loud as well, because I know that the Minecraft audio likes to be quite loud in the rain. Could I put Subway Surfers gameplay on the right? You know what? Let's not make this a living hell. I was honestly kind of contemplating doing it for a second there, and then I was like, nah. It's not that big of a deal, yeah. No! Don't unsub. I mean, you're on desktop, right? Just pull up like 7 tabs. Have one with like Geometry Dash, another with soap cutting videos, another with you know, like one of those Indian funny videos where it's like they're acting and it's like silly. Get one of those up. Get like Lego minifigure unboxing videos and I don't know, like a Lanky Box video, and I think you might be set. My streams are kind of a DIY. I actually found your channel yesterday because of the Rec Room Outfits videos that I made back in 2020, and with shock I was with the Helix team. God, it's been so long since I have heard anything about Helix. I wonder what happened to them lot, because they were a really nice bunch, or at least from what I knew they were a cool bunch, but things kind of didn't go well in the end, unfortunately. But how am I? I'm good, I think. I'm just kind of living. I'm doing what I enjoy and forging ahead. Nothing wrong with that, I feel. Family Guy clips, Simpsons clips, Subway Surfers, mobile games, 2016 DIY videos, satisfying. Oh yeah, I was like dead center in the like the drama when it all happened. So from what I remember, and keep in mind I have an awful memory, so take all of this with a benefit of the doubt. One of the members, you're right, like they did something like really bad. Like to an underage player in Rec Room, like they were like while live on stream, they were like doing some pretty noncy shit. And I think it kind of like went under the radar for everyone for so long, because everyone around like the Helix community kind of knew that the guy was taking the piss a lot of the time. And so like everyone just kind of ignored it. I remember seeing it, and I don't think it even, like, crossed my mind that something was wrong there until, the Rec Room developers, I think, or, like, the Rec Room staff, saw it and they were like, yeah, this is not good. And, even, like, by then, the like, VOD, the video itself was, like, years old. So, like, I think the reason I didn't clock it at the time was because I was probably, like, 16 or 17. And so, like, I had no fucking idea that, like, something bad was really happening there. I mean, it's Rec Room, what do you expect? And then, yeah, like, the staff were like, this ain't good. We've got to cut ties with them completely. And then I think they went and made, like, a video addressing it, and it just, like, backfired immensely. And, well, yeah, then they took the shirt out of the game. Anyone that did have it doesn't have it anymore. So, yeah, it's a shame that, like, something honestly really cool kind of came collapsing because of one moronic event, but 'tis the world we live in. Oh shit. Can you not do this, please? That'd be lovely. That's a skeleton. That spider, I just juked it. That was amazing. I didn't even, like, see it till then. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Like, to see, like, especially when it's people you trust or, like, see as this great person, like, and it comes out that they're doing awful stuff like that. Especially, like, to children, it's disgusting. Like, I wish you nothing but the worst for what you do, you know what I mean? Okay. That's a lot. Sorry that it's so dark right now. I gotta get somewhere to sleep soon anyway, or else we're gonna have a predicament. Oh shit. Case in point. Yeah, we're getting pretty, risky here. Honestly, it's been so long that I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I was quite young at the time. I joined... When did I join Helix? It was before the pandemic, I'm pretty sure I joined Helix. Let me have a look real quick. That's if the channel is still up. Yep, it is. Oh yeah, they also made a video about like how they were banned on Twitch and they are, quote, now as cool as Dr. Disrespect. I don't think that aged very well. Uh-oh. Let me have a look. Yeah, this was 5 years ago. Let me keep going, because I must be getting close. I don't, like, back then, Disrespect was kind of like, going through a different, well, it was completely different back then. So, in 2018, so even earlier than I thought, I did a special collaboration with Helix. I wasn't a part of the team at that point, but yeah, 2018, so I would have been... Jesus, how... Yeah, I would have been around 16, 17-ish at that time. So whenever that took place, I must have not, like, really clocked it. It wasn't that long ago, but, like, back in my Rec Room times, I was kind of not, as noticing of these things, you know? My incompetence knew no bound, and it still doesn't. But hey, it's, I guess it's in the past now. What happened, happened. And there ain't changing in that. I can't remember exactly what Disrespect did, like, back a couple of years back. But, I know that he was in some deep water, and now he's even, like, the fucking trenches now, so, like, ugh. No, it's fine. I don't really like talking about these things, but, like, if I gotta, then it's fine. I don't mind. The past is the past, and the only way that we can really live with it is to remember it, I guess. No matter how bad it is. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with forgetting the past. I mean, I don't even remember what I did, like, yesterday. So, you know, like, I do that all the time. I live a... Sometimes the best way to live life is to live it oblivious. You know? Like... Just be in the moment and forget everything else. Do whatever works for you, I guess. So long as no one else gets hurt. I say that implying that, like, you getting your hurt is alright, but I mean, like, that's not what I mean. Like, so long as nobody gets hurt, anything that you do is alright, I feel. I guess. I don't know. There's gonna be someone out there who's gonna take that out of context with, like, a very moral grey area, like...
Oh, so it means you can do this instead. Ah, well, so I see you're advocating for this.
No, it's like, no. Why there's so many of you? They're here from the earlier episodes. They're trying to get me. They finally caught up to me. I still, like, I'm not even gonna mention the name. I'm just gonna say, I still don't understand how she got a platform. I mean, I kinda do. I get it. It's a bunch of fucking morons on Twitter and, like, middle-aged men who think sex equals funny. But, like, I also can't help but laugh at whoever put money into that thing, because, like, I saw a tweet recently, and I can't remember it word for word, but someone was like, how do crypto bros keep having, like, pump and dump rug pull schemes happen and always fall for them every time? And it's like, it's so true. I'm so glad that I never got into crypto. I wish, like, at the most, if I, like, I wish I was investing in Bitcoin instead of being 4 years old, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, I'm glad that I've never got into that field because it's just full of the most fucking annoying people in the world. I'm so glad that I like to play video games and be silly on the internet and not look at Excel spreadsheets all day. Dude, NFTs never, like, quote unquote died. They've always kind of just, like, been around, but, like, there's, like, 4 people who actually give a shit. And anyone else who does give a shit probably isn't even a real person. It's probably like a bot. I love the internet. Good question. Probably a mix of both. I do admittedly want to go on it one day again soon, and, like, 'cause Rec Room is such a good place to meet up with people, I find. Like, especially if I want to get a group of friends and whatnot, or, like, create an event. You've got the whole VR scene there. You can voice chat. It's just, like, it just works, but it's also Rec Room. Like, if I had to choose a platform to, like, do stuff with, like, a community, I would love to say VR chat, but VR chat is so VR chat, so I would rather not. I'd say, like, I don't really know the best way to put it, but Rec Room is, like, a really well underutilized platform that constantly, feels like it's a shadow of what it could be if the devs, like, locked it in super hard. Because there is, like, unbridled potential with such a platform, you know? Oh. Oh. Alright, let's see. I feel like VR, you're not wrong, is kind of like in a stagnation period. Like, it's really good. VR is doing great from what I'm aware. But with Meta constantly like taking the competition away from PC VR because the platform is so much larger, it kind of, I feel like, has killed the virtual reality scene because so much of it feels like it's just mobile games now. From what I see, like whatever gets developed or whatever I see online, it just doesn't feel like there's anything trying to be groundbreaking, like something that's really trying to break a boundary. It's just kind of everyone playing it safe and hoping that they can make money. Which is such a shame. And to be fair, like with VR as well, I find that it's got a really weird thing where people, because of how there's so little for VR, everyone kind of sits and like chooses between one game or another. Like, the games that have made it big are like, well, they're gonna stay big because there's a community there and people won't want to leave it. Like, don't get me wrong, Rec Room's had its tons of drama with, like, God knows what at this rate. Being Rec Room, probably, and VR Chat's had their, like, the EAC problem, which, like, got them really negatively reviewed. But, like, those communities still stand. They still exist. Because it's kind of like the Twitter situation, where, like, everyone hates Twitter, but no one wants to not use Twitter, because there's nothing as good as Twitter. I mean, like, Blue Sky is a good competitor, but, like, I've heard that's going to shit as of recently. But it just feels like people are trying to capitalize on it, and when they aren't, everyone's just kind of, like, not sure what to do. That's why, at least in my opinion, it's really interesting when I see, like, a big game developer release something in VR. Like, I've personally never played the Metro series, but there's a Metro VR game that was made in collaboration with the, team behind Arizona Sunshine, which, a lot of the new stuff they've been putting out is really cool, so, I'd say, like, they're one of the cool developers out there right now for the VR space. Um, I just feel like there needs to be more. Like, there needs to be more developers out there willing to try and do something different. Or, like, better yet, I feel like if there are developers that are out there trying to do something different, people should, like, there should be somewhere that we can see these things. You know what I mean? Somewhere that we can look online and see these amazing indie creators creating things for the niche community of virtual reality, and people should give them a go, no matter what. Like, because there is probably some really good hidden gems out there that you just, like, don't hear of. Exactly, yeah. Right now we're kind of in, like, the weird dull phase where, like, VR is still big, but it's nowhere near as big as it used to be. Like, it's very much kind of breathing. That's a nice shot. That's a really nice scenery there. Yeah, I find that, like, Reddit is... I've seen people who promote their stuff on Reddit. Like, I know, outside of VR, there's a little game that I heard was being, advertised on Reddit called the Norp Abalog, and it's like a little... I think it's kind of like a clicker incremental. I didn't hear of it, from Reddit, but I saw it, like, on Steam when it released, and I was like, what on earth is this? And then I bought it immediately. But I feel like there's gotta be, like, just, I don't know, there needs to be passion, and, like, people need to feel more confident in publishing their, like, development logs on other platforms, I think, because I feel like people need to feel more confident publishing their devlogs on, say, like, YouTube, and there needs to be a content creator, like there was ages ago, that I can't remember the name of, but they'd, like, show off these, like, projects and, like, their trailers and devlogs and stuff, and that's how I found out about Rec Room back in the day. I feel like there just needs to be more love. And I also think the other big issue is that the VR space is so, like, it's either one side of the community and it's filled to the brim with children who probably shouldn't even, like, have a headset in the first place, but their parents are, like, horrible and can't parent properly. Or, like, some of the most horrendous adults you've ever talked to, who are probably, like, terrible people, but you just gotta, like, kind of be around them because, like, they're the only normal people, I guess. Hey, Dogsnut, welcome to the stream. We need to find somewhere safe, because we have traveled a fair while without sleeping. And I'm worried that it could all come crashing down at any moment, so... There is 5 creepers over there. Or at least I think there's 5. There was a lot. Where's the face cam? It's off for today, because I don't really feel like, having the camera on today. That and my room's a bit of a mess, so, like, it is what it is, I guess. It'll be on in the next stream, though. To be fair, with the release of the Quest 3S, God, I fucking hate Meta, man. I say, considering purchasing the headset. With the release of that, I'm hoping that, like, it will kind of make another resurgence, because, by God, is that headset cheap. Like, it makes, I'd say it makes the entrance level, like, so much more accessible once more. I just think, like, VR needs, well, like, it needs something that, like, sells it again, I guess. Like, something that gives it a purpose. And yeah, you're not wrong there, Crispy. Like, VR was hugely assisted with the pandemic. Because no one was going anywhere. And the only way that we could really talk was digitally. So, like, being able to be in a virtual space with someone, like, there's a reason there's so many e-daters, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. Also, a bit of a hot take here. I find that, like, there was a lot of hate, and still is, about, like, e-daters in video games. But, like, we live in a world now where, like, we're all connected, but so distant. So what's the problem? Like, so many people who were, like, unlucky souls who never would have been able to meet people that they, like, have had the opportunity with, you know, virtual reality. I see not a problem. As long as everyone is consenting adults, like, I see no problem. I think it's just things being a new norm that, like, baffles some people, I guess. EA, I'm pretty sure they're hated because of, like, the microtransactions and, like, the god-awful, horrible business practices that they pull. You could probably have a look on Google in regards to EA and see a good amount of the drama that's come out of the company. It's pretty bad from what I remember. Well, yeah, that's understandable, Crispy. I mean, like, you know me full well. I have, you know, I have partners and stuff, or have had partners in the past that, like, I've always wanted to meet, because, like, they're in the UK, but they live fucking halfway across the country. I can't drive. They can't drive. And so it's like, well, shit. I love this person to bits, but how am I going to see them? Problem. I can't. So, it's kind of like the next best thing. But, I feel like it's got to be done right, and it probably won't last. So it's kind of like, it's a weird topic, especially because it's so like, in theory, it's so new. I think the reason I don't see a problem with it is because we've got things like Tinder and like Grindr and like other dating apps. You know what I mean? It just kind of feels like the next step up of that, right? Or at least that's what it feels like from my stupid brain. But, I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad to dislike it. Like, everyone's allowed to have their preferences on things. But, I guess it's just kind of like the norm now, you know? Exactly. So long as both parties are of age and consenting, I see no problem. So long as both parties are happy, you know, yada yada, the whole 9 yards. Enough of this though. Let's move away from gay homosexual gay, you know, like. Good luck trying to win a quest. I've never really trusted competitions because it always just doesn't feel like anyone actually wins. Or anyone who does win never really, like, talks about it. So it's like, don't exist. Yeah, I feel like that's another reason VR kind of is falling off, in my opinion, is that so many of these, like, VR-only platforms, especially Rec Room, like, kind of sold their soul to monetize. Because you used to, like, I found that the community used to be so close-knit, and, like, there'd never really be any big problems in the community other than, like, drama with some terrible people, which I remember, like it was yesterday. But because it was locked behind such a niche, obscure, expensive piece of equipment, there was, like, a community of people who genuinely cared and, like, wanted to, even if they did something wrong, there's still love, you know what I mean? Like, people wanted the best for this thing because they loved it. And it was so niche. It felt personal, I guess. And then, like, now, it's just, like, numbers. And, like, people can just make new accounts because it's a free-to-play game on every device. And so, I think there's a good reason as to why I left the volunteer moderation team. I think the best way I can put the Rec Room situation in terms of, like, screen mode is that everyone being in VR and how little people there were at the time made it feel like a club. Like, it felt like everyone was in something big. You know what I mean? Something great. And now it just kind of feels like an experience. Like, you know, it feels like a shopping center in terms of like just you go out, there's tons of people, and it's like, all right, I'm just gonna go like corrugate in my own little place. Maybe one day I might find solace playing the game again, if I ever decide to create. But heavens no. Yeah, I've heard the Quest 3 is really good, but the fact that the Quest 3S is kind of just like a mix of the Quest 2's visuals, but with the technological advancements of the Quest 3, makes it a worthwhile investment if you've had a Quest 2 before, probably, because it's like, you know, if the Quest 2 is serving you well, get the next best thing up. Like, I have a Quest 2, like, under my bed somewhere sitting around, but I might actually, sell it and get a Quest 3S, because I want, like, the colored pass-through and whatnot, just for, like, the sake of a gimmick, I guess. I don't know, I feel like the game wouldn't have died. I feel like it just, like, very much would have had a loyal community that, like, genuinely cared for the game. Which it did. And then screen mode came and kind of collapsed. Yeah, CEX is always really good. I bought a lot of stuff from there in the past. I'm still coping to this day about my Steam Deck. I bought that thing for £600 in CEX, and then like a month later, the OLED version came out, and the Steam Deck went at half price. So that was a big net loss in my end. Seething. Yeah. I'm not very good with money. It always happens, though. You finally get, like, the motivation to buy something expensive, you do it, and then something new comes out. It happens every fucking time. That's why I don't buy anything, like, tech-wise, often. I think the worst one that happened was, like, I got, like, my first phone, right? Like, my first proper phone. I can't remember what it was. I think it was, like, an iPhone 6S. And then, like, I remember as we got the phone, and, like, we were in the car, we heard on the radio that they had just, like, unveiled the next big iPhone. And it's like... cool. Like, well, fuck. This thing's gonna be out of date in 3 days. I don't know, the Quest 3S did just drop. And even if there is a Quest 4, I feel like, you know, the Quest 3 on its own is great. There's no need to really, go anywhere further than that. Then again, I mainly am going to use my future Quest S on virtual desktop, because, well, what else am I going to do? And I, like, going back on the reason I think VR is kind of in a weird place is because there's still a huge, like, community on PC VR, But because of how many people are on Quest, it's like people are kind of like deducting, I guess, that not many people are going to want to buy the games on PC VR, and so there's just like Quest exclusives. And it fucking sucks so much because like I bought my PC to do VR stuff, you know, back when I got it. And so like cuz I have a Quest and I don't want to play Quest versions of games because I have a system that can perform better. Like, and I get to use my computer at the same time. Like, oh. Can you fuck off? Oh shit, what the fuck? Issued by the UK government, a red warning for wind has been issued in your area. Winds associated with Storm Dara are expected to cause significant disruption from 3 AM on Saturday, 7th of December 2024. Strong winds can cause flying debris, falling trees, and large waves around coastal areas, all of which can present danger to life. Oh, well, shit. That's my mom coming on. Yeah, well. Hey, I'm on stream if you want to say hi.
Hi.
That's my mother.
Did you get it too?
Yeah, I just got it as well.
So just be aware we might get
Yeah, it's around 3 that it says.
obviously.
Well, yeah, we'll both be asleep. Whew. Right, so this stream, we're just gonna keep going until, I guess, until I feel it's probably not safe to continue. Which, won't happen, I guess. But I'll probably get to 125,000 today, which we are really close to anyway. And then we'll call it a night here, because, I probably should settle down and get ready for tonight, because it might be a rough one. I'll be fine, though. That wasn't even an amber. That was red alert, I'm pretty sure. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. This isn't good. Alright, I guess we're making a home here. Alright, like, this is, emergency. A lot of emergencies happening right now. Holy shit. I know it's hard to see. Basically, what just happened, I fell down a cliff. Did you get the notification too, Crispy? Because you're in the UK as well, right? If I remember correctly. That's the first time that I've gotten that, alert since they tested it out that one time. That was... Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten that, alert since they rolled it out and, like, did the drill. So, that's, quite panic-inducing, holy. But I'm glad that they have that, because that's going to save a lot of people's lives. Whew. Right, let's get some food cooked, because I need to heal. Like, urgently. Alright, let's sleep and hope that we make it through the night. There we go. Alright, now we just gotta get back up in the, well, as soon as we're ready. Yeah, my bad, sorry, that was a bit of a scare, so we kinda, you know, I kinda skipped through a bunch of stuff, my apologies. If I want to play Rec Room again, I would love to play it with you. Dude, I wouldn't mind, honestly, like, if I do ever come back to it. I don't know when or if, but I'll make sure that if I do end up playing it again, that it will be streamed, because, you know, I know a lot of people in the community like when I do that, even though I ain't that big of a fan of the game anymore. Now the Minecraft's going back to mostly, like, monthly content. What do I hope to see? That's a pretty hard question, because, like, I don't really know. It's, I'm quite glad that they're finally, like, going back to, like, the bundles and fixing them up. I really think that, like, if anything, I'd love to see I'd love to see the content updates focus more on like adding tiny little things, but primarily going back to some of the old things that have been implemented and reworking them a little. Because there's like a lot of potential to modernize things and make things a lot more interesting for the players. Like, there's some mods that I've seen before that I would love to see kind of implemented into the real game. Like, you know, if you have a crafting table and you put items on the table, leaving the table means that the items stay there. Like, save them on the table so that when you come back it's still there. Like that kind of thing. Like, little things that kind of help make the game feel a little, lived in, I guess. I'd love to see less, like, building blocks, I guess, and more, like, decorations. I feel like, as silly as it is, I'd love to see, like, official furniture and, like, in-depth stuff like that to be able to make homes feel a little more personal, because, you know, it's a little barren. Have I heard about the lawsuit? I think I have. It's the one that's about the, or it's like starting off in regards to the EULA, right? They said no against furniture? Bro, that sucks. Oh my god. Excuse me, sorry. What else would I kind of want to see from the game? I think, like, in terms if they were going to do a major content update, like a huge one, I would love to see them rework the end, because the Nether, getting that huge overhaul completely changed everything, and I feel like the end needs the same kind of love. It just needs, like, it needs biomes. It needs reasons to go and explore, because it feels so unloved. It feels empty, like, worthless. Like, really, all there is, especially because it's end game content. Like, you know, you're kind of expected to go there and, like, explore this new land, but really all there is go to the end islands, find end city, get elytra, leave. I really like that zombie villager curing tutorial. It's a very it's very interesting. I think it could do with like a tiny bit of work in some way. But it's very cool. I like when games have kind of little bits like that kind of guide you along but don't explain it. We're doing good. We've gotten quite far this stream. Even with such a panic. Not bad. Yum. But yeah, just like, in my opinion, I'd love to see, mainly just Mojang going back to some older stuff and making it a little more intriguing. But that's my personal choice. Exactly. I'd love to see, like, maybe, because, like, Netherite right now is very much an endgame thing, but I wonder, like, if there would ever be something further than Netherite, and how that would be implemented. Because, like, something to do with, like, end gear. Maybe, like, in terms of, you know, I don't know. Because the Nether is very much like a strong, sturdy place. It's very terrifying. The end seems kind of magical, I guess. So I don't think an armor tier above Netherite would work. I'm not sure. I think the Ender Dragon being the primary reason you would head there at the beginning is a good thing. I hate the Warden, personally. I was playing a mod pack recently where, you know, I get to kind of, like, no-clip around in survival. I play, like, a an origin called The Shadow. And I loved it. I loved the gameplay. But the wardens are such a fun killer that, like, I just didn't see a reason to want to go there. You know what I mean? Because all they are is just, like, unkillable two-hitting beasts that, like, completely change the aspect of the game from, like, being fun and, like, allowing you to, as a player, be creative to, like, just escape or whatever. It just feels like stupid. You know what I mean? Like, to have this stupidly powerful entity that, like, exists only to be a burden for your miscalculations or, you know, inconvenience to your accidents. Like, I assume they were going for, like, a high-risk, high-reward thing with the Deep Dark or whatever it's called. But it feels like it's too much of a risk for anything there, you know what I mean? And it just feels like you're punished for, like, trying, you know? That's a skeleton. Exactly. And at least, like, the Wither, despite the fact I've never actually killed it before in survival, from what I know, the Wither is actually a fun fight. On Java Edition, anyway. On Bedrock Edition, I hear it's like fighting Satan himself. To say, agonizing, but still rewarding because of the thing you get for killing it. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna get to 123,456,000.7. Nice. Alright. That was that. That was fun. I think Mojang said no in regards to adding, like, an Aether-style biome. Or, like, Dimension, which is a shame. Well, yeah, I get that the Warden is supposed to be avoided, but I feel like the way that they went about having the player avoid it just isn't good. It just isn't well implemented. I feel like a sandbox game where one of the enemies is unkillable and can two-hit kill you, no matter how kitted you are, is not a very fun enemy. Hey, Viper. Oh no, it is a mic stream. I just have the camera off today because I'm not feeling it. You two have come at a very odd time because we're getting to the end of this part of the stream because I'm not sure if anyone else here lives in the UK, but we had a government-issued warning about a storm coming our way here down in the southwest. So I gotta get to a milestone and then call it a night so that you know, I don't accidentally have the storm cometh. There's still like a good 1,000-ish blocks, Viper, so feel free to stick around if you wanna, but other than that, it's nothing too interesting. We'll be streaming again on Monday, so... No, my mother is, I can't remember how old my mother is, but she's, well, she's a smoker, so I guess, that would explain that. I love her to bits, so my mother is amazing. Very down to earth. No fucks given. She's also just tired all the time. She's a bit like me. We're a interesting lot. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. It'll just be a loud, rowdy night out there, I feel. But, nothing bad will happen. If anything bad happens, I'll let you guys know on, the community page. I'll probably just put, like, ear defenders on and sleep. Dude, I feel like if, I feel like removing the Farlands was such a sad thing to do, because I feel like it would have, been amazing to have something that, like, after such a distance traveled is just a mesmerizing view. Like, something that really just, like, takes you back. So... Dude, we haven't had snow here where I live since, like, March. We don't get snow in December, where I live specifically, but we get rain, and rain, and rain. And then, like, in the beginning of spring, we'll get, like, 1 day of snow that lasts until, like, 1. And then, that's it for the rest of the year. Yeah, Viper, that's so fucking real. What? Huh? Who mined the tree without finishing it? What the fuck? I'm reporting them to the admin. Herobrine is in my world, guys. Leave a like, and I will make a slime video. No, I won't. I'm not doing that. I'm not making a slime video. Please don't make me do that. A sand video, however, I might. Get my autistic ass some kinetic sand, and I'll be set for the next 30 minutes. I love so eepy. The entire March of 2022 and 23 was literally snowing and I couldn't get outside to go to school or the supermarket because my shoes are slippery and I don't know how to tie them, so it's even more painful. That's so real. Mate, I'm like 22 and I don't know how to tie my shoes. I'm autistic as shit. Like, that stuff just don't work for me. What on earth is going on down here? Hello. Gang. Dude, it's so real. I hate it. I have shoes with laces as well, but I just like... I don't tie them. They just... I think my mother knotted them in such a way that they just never get untied. So I'm chill. Alright, we've passed the 125,000 mark. I think we will make a little stone hut today. I'm feeling a cobblestone house. I just don't understand it. I don't get how you can manage to tie things. It's just so bizarre to me. Dude, I can tie like one knot, and that shit is about as loose as the bond with my stepfather. Which is to say that I haven't seen him in 6 years. Alright, let's cobblestone the floor up as well. We gotta get this shit, like, preem. Boom. The cobble hut. We'll put a crafting table right here. We'll get a bed going right here. We'll get a door. Weirdly enough, anytime I stream, you're usually eating something, so you're like eating and texting. Dude, stop watching YouTube while eating. Scroll YouTube Shorts and hate yourself for it. Right. So, I would love to keep going, but I gotta be careful because of that storm. That's true. Right. So, I hope you guys take care. We will be back here on Monday, as always. And I'm gonna start streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, at 8 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. Where instead of Minecraft, I'll do Final Fantasy 14 stuff probably, because I need a reason to be addicted to my favorite game. So take care, you lot. Thank you so much for coming. Is it a bit early for the storm? Yeah, probably. But I like to settle down and be cautious because it's all like power and stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna get some rest and take care. So have a good rest of your day or evening, wherever you guys are. I will see you on Monday, where we will boil a pot of stew. Alright. Thank you guys. Take care. I love you all.